Okay, what's up? What's up? I think this is number two. This is number two today, right? Yeah. So I think this is something that I actually seen a while back, but over time it has gone viral several times. So I think we should touch on this again. I never touched touched the video on the channel, so we're gonna watch it. YK Osiris even speaks out against the music industry, and like I said, it's not even just music; it's the entertainment industry as a whole. There's something dark and demonic going on in there, man, and we have to me. I know, we're not Superman and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Can't run around trying to put a cape on saving the day, but if we could somehow band together and cast these motherfuckers out, that would be dope. Until then, let's just keep exposing the truth because that's really one of the only ways we could get the word out. So let's check this out. YK Osiris, see what he has to say about the music industry being evil. Okay, hit it.
Gotta show who got the juice. Taking how you want it, I'm just telling the truth. How you still hating when it's dope as you? Just do it!
Okay, here we
This
go.
music industry is a God blessing. You need to stop it. God don't like that we in this music business. God don't like that we talking about money, cars, and clothes and hoes. So if you want to be in this music industry and you want to get money,
Materialistic thing, people. Materialistic things. That's what he's referring to.
understand what it comes with. That it's not from God. It's from the devil. Understand? I just want you to understand that.
If you think about what he's saying, that's technically true because, you know, whatever the based on what you believe in, whatever to get you to deter away from being close to God, then that's what it's all about. So yeah, go ahead and worship money, go ahead and worship clothes, cars, jewelry, women, lust, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of the agenda.
No. Because I don't want y'all to get lost in the sauce and complain what y'all going through and why y'all going through it. Period. It's not from God. Stop saying it's a God blessing. It's not from God. It's from the devil. He gives you what you want so you can destroy yourself.
It can be seen as a blessing, especially if you're prayed up and protected. It can be seen as a blessing, but it can also be a curse.
Now, what you saw right there was a video of 21-year-old singer/rapper YK Osiris discussing some of the dark realities of the music industry. You might remember my The Rap Game is a Dark Place video I made last month, a video that of course was very well received by most, but it definitely upset a lot of people. Essentially, I was in a way discouraging people from becoming rappers. It was almost like a bait or somewhat of a test, because the people who got discouraged from pursuing their rap dream due to watching my video never wanted to become rappers in the first place. Those people simply don't have a strong enough reason to continue, because my opinion and perspective of the rap game made them question their so-called dream. I think you understand what I mean when I say that. Every opportunity I get to highlight the reality of what really goes on behind the scenes in hip-hop, I'm gonna go out of my way to cover it. Why? Because most people simply don't talk about it. Believe it or not, it's a very taboo topic, because what do we as rap fans see when we go on these rappers' Instagrams? All we see is millions of followers, millions of likes, constant flexing, jewelry on fleek, multiple cars.
Some might be drugged out their
An
minds.
extremely fast life, rappers doing the money phone, etc. There just isn't
Like that guy right there,
enough focus on the other side, which is the
who just looks high out his motherfucking mind.
most important side, because that's what makes an artist human. That's what makes them relatable. It ain't the flashy jewelry, it ain't the cars, it's the sensitive side, the more human, honest, and real side that they either choose to show or.
And I ain't talking about like marijuana high. I'm talking about like, what I'm saying, drinking lean high, popping pills high, that type shit. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. That type time.
Like a lot of rappers do, hide. So a friend of mine actually sent me this little rant YK Osiris had, and he asked me what I thought about it. My response: I see where he's coming from, but this is coming from the wrong place. Let me explain what I mean. See, what YK Osiris said is 100% the truth. A lot of rappers talk about how they love God so much, but at the same time they worship their material possessions. Not only that, but they also, brag about their sins on their songs and influence millions of people with their words, for good or for bad. By the way, I just want to make this this very clear. I'm not religious. I'm not trying to make this video sound like some kind of holy ceremony or anything like that. I listen to these kind of rappers. I listen to that kind of music. I'm just trying to make a point and connect what he said to hip hop. Continuing. The point is, YK Osiris is not lying. But then again, let's not forget this. It's all about what you do with that fame, money, and power that you garner when you become a successful.
Ain't that what I just said? Ain't that what I just said? It's all about what you do. It can be a blessing, but it can be a curse. It's about what you do once you get there, and then it's about what you do when you're hit with those choices to make in between. Because they will pursue you and draw you out your element, and if you're not careful, yeah, downhill for you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Rapper. And this is actually something I wish I would have mentioned in my, the rap game as a dark place video. Even though I'm one of those people who talk about the dark truths of the rap game, I also gotta say this, you don't have to go that route. There's a lot of rappers who are well known and eating off of their craft, but they've still preserved their morals and values in the midst of getting there. To be honest, I would say that the majority of rappers won't actually ever get there. Because at some point, okay, most rappers, they make some kind of sacrifice for the quote-unquote greater good, which in reality might not be so good, because the greater good involves you essentially signing your life away and becoming a slave to the corporations, aka the labels, because you want to elevate your rap career, not knowing there's a price to that. And just to keep it 100% real, most rappers are not ready to do that. Of course, they do it anyway because that multi-million-dollar check the label is waving in front of them is so tempting, they're willing to throw away their integrity and ethics just to reach the top. These are the same rappers you hear complaining about how they don't like being signed to a label. Now, why does this happen? This happens because they're trapped. They signed a contract and now realize that the idea of being signed isn't so pretty anymore, and breaking the contract ain't an option.
Like, y'all talking about drop something, at least I'm trying to drop something. I dropped new Paddock, like that shit ain't get a leak. I've been trying to drop something, bro. This is my life now. All I can do is make music and sit back and wait for y'all response and make visions to the shit. If you think I don't want to drop music, you just gotta understand. Let me tell you something. When people don't love you, they'll hold your life if you sign a motherfucking. Hold that shit against you. And that go for the streets too. Like, I know something. You ain't supposed to sign no motherfucking paper in the streets because that's ratting. So why the fuck I even sign this shit as a deal?
A lot of rappers sign contracts with one underlying and concealed agreement. If you don't deliver to this label, we have no use for you, so you better hurry up and produce. But here's the thing, these labels know that these young rappers they're signing do not know their worth. A lot of these guys think a $2 million deal is what their life is worth, and really they're just signing their life away. That's what they're doing. I want to show you this other rant YK Osiris did where he talks about just this. What happens when you become a signed artist? Let's check it out.
As soon as you sign that contract and get that money and take that money, you sold your soul. So all that nigga talking about, oh, he sold his soul, she sold his soul. If you sign that contract, if you sign a contract and got that money, you sold your soul. Period. Point blank period. As soon as you sign that contract, you sold your soul. When you do that contract, say do all this and do all that, and if you don't do it, you're gonna get put on the shelf. You sold your soul. Crazy. These people will worship and praise our artists, but will not praise God. That's crazy.
Making artists idols. Me and my lady was just talking about this the other day. There are artists in the game who are idols to people, icons to people. And when you're an idol, when you're an icon, you are at a high level of reverence to be worshipped, to be praised. And think about it. You know the artists that are praised. You know the ones. You know the ones.
They will faint, they will scream, shout.
I mean, R.I.P. Michael, and I'm not saying Michael was, one of the ones that wanted to sell out, because Michael fought for his. Michael Jackson fought for his. R.I.P. Mike, missed that man. He fought for his, and he was gonna fight to the end to get everything back, and some. You know what I'm saying? He calling all the devils out and everything. So, but they did the same thing to Michael. Look at how they praised Michael. Soon as he hit that stage, they crying, screaming, passing out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real. It's real. There are artists today that have that exact same power. They call it star power, but hence it's power overall. You get it? Power. That type of power that they have over people. To make somebody just, yeah. YK saying facts, man. He's stating facts.
You stop talking about it.
Obviously, he isn't really saying anything we don't already know, but I do think it was about time
True.
a young artist brought this up, because a lot of young rappers fall for this trap, and it's not just
True.
the rappers who fall for the trap. You are
True.
probably falling for this trap. Everything ain't glitter and
No,
gold.
I'm
Everything
not,
ain't
but
so flashy and joyful behind the scenes, because that's where a lot of artists in this game start contemplating and asking themselves whether or not they made the right decision
Was it worth it?
by signing that contract so they could instantly better their life due to that advance money. Of course, if we look at it from a long-term perspective, that advance money won't benefit you in the long run. But listen up, it will benefit the rapper who's signing that contract instantly. If you come from a background where there wasn't a lot of money, even worse, if you come from a background where there wasn't any money, declining that $1 million contract is not gonna be easy. No matter if I think signing a contract as a rapper in 2019 isn't smart because you can do it on your own, maybe signing that contract as, let's say, this young rapper is the thing that changes his life. And that's another thing. That's what hip-hop and rap has done for a lot of artists, and that's the beautiful thing about it. This genre has literally made people who would have otherwise been behind bars, been inside the penitentiary, multi-millionaires in the span of a couple years. And a lot of these rappers get to buy their mama a house. They get to cop a new whip for the homies thanks
That's
to
facts.
signing
That's
that
facts.
contract. So the
That's why I said it's a blessing and a curse, man. It's a blessing and it's a curse, man. For real.
question is now, was it worth it? Depending on how you look at it, yes and no. There's not only a lot of contrast in this conversation, there's a lot of angles, aspects, and perspectives we have to bring up, because at the end of the day, we're talking about individual experiences. Maybe YK Osiris is just now getting a taste of the negatives that come with the music industry, because he's
Right.
actually a signed artist himself. But then again, let's not forget this. It's all about what you make it. This really applies to YK Osiris himself. And why is that? Because in March 2018, when he signed to Def Jam and he got his advance money, what was the first thing he did? What do you think he did? The first thing he did was not investing in his craft so he could make some more money and pay off that advance loan money, because that's exactly what it is. Advance money is nothing but a loan. They give you that big check because they're expecting a return on their investment. That's why artists have to release a certain amount of albums under a label whenever they sign that contract, because according to the label's calculations, they're not only going to make back the money from the specific amount of albums they signed this artist for, but they're also going to make back more than they've invested into this artist. And that, people, that's exactly how these major labels are still in business. But I digress. Going back to what he did with the advance money he got, what do you think he did? Well, he went into the Louis V store and spent about $15,000 of his advance money to buy some designer clothes, and already there, he set himself up for failure. I'm not saying that he as an artist is a failure, absolutely not. I'm saying that considering what he himself said about the music industry, I see why he ended up feeling this way at the end. There's a price to everything we do in life, especially when we're talking about signing to a record label where you end up becoming nothing but a means to an end. Obviously, that's not what always happens, but yes, the music industry and especially the rap industry could be considered evil. But at the end of the day, every single rapper and artist who finds some kind of success in this business has a lot of control over their destiny, more than you would think actually. It all just comes down to the person itself. What route are you gonna take? That's what it comes down to. And that's the last point I wanted to hit on. I don't really have more to say about this. What do you think though? Definitely let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this.
Good video. I am Blackie Speaks. Blackie Speaks. Good video. Good video. That's the shit I'm talking about. Exposing these motherfuckers. For real.